All right, wrench wrangler here. We are going to be doing a stator on this 95 Honda Foreman 400. So what happened? Was riding it, died on me, and wouldn't start back. Battery was dead. Kick started it, or pull started it. It cranked up, ran about 100 feet, died, and then I had to end up jumping it off and getting it home that way. Checked it when I got home. I already have the battery disconnected, but put my multimeter on there, and when I cranked it up, there was no difference in voltage than when it wasn't running. So I charged my battery up, checked it again, and I'm averaging with a fully charged battery about 13.3 volts idling. And if I cut my lights on, it drops down to 13.1. That's not enough. You should be getting about 14 volts at idle. So it's just not charging enough. The stator is bad. So I'm gonna show you how to change this. I've never done it before, but on these 400s and 450s, it's more work. We're gonna have to take the air box out and go from the top side. We'll go around here. So we've got our pull start. That's gonna have to come off, and I believe the next cover has to come off. I think this one, and the stator's behind it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's behind this cover. So hopefully my gasket will be good. If not, we'll probably just RTV it. But I'll show you the steps along the way and what all you're gonna need. Okay, I got the pull start, all the bolts off. There's 4 8mm. One's right there. One, you can't see it up there towards the top. Bottom right, and very bottom right down there. So let's pull it off. Try to. I don't know if I can do it with one hand or not. Hopefully it doesn't explode on me. Okay, I've got this hose on here. I'm gonna have to get off, but there it is. So I'll get it pulled off, show you what it looks like. Okay, so you've got a 17mm right in here on your flywheel. So I'm gonna have to use the impact to get that off more than likely. If you don't have impact, it's probably gonna be tough. Then you've got 10mm all the way around this cover that we'll get off. Looks like there's probably maybe about 10 of those, I think. We'll see. I'll let you know either way. So first things first, though, we're gonna get this flywheel off. All right, so I got all the bolts out. So there's 11 of them, and this is a little tech tip, help you, especially my parts may or may not be here today for this. So to keep you from having to remember, this keeps up where all the bolts are at. I drew it in, I know I missed my calling as an artist, but I've got it drawn in. I know where they'll all go. I was gonna leave them all in the cover as I got it off, but I was realizing I was about to just start dropping stuff and I wouldn't have known where they went. But as you can see, there are different length bolts. So looks like there's 4 longer ones and the rest are short. But this little trick right here just helps you keep up with it, keeps you from losing them. Okay, as you can see, we got the cover off. You've got to finagle it pretty good. Don't do like me and forget to put a drain pan down there. Go ahead and put you a drain pan down there. Oil will come out. They say not much should come out, but I've got a bunch. So I don't know if I've got if I got a seal bad or that's just the way she is. But I had a good bit of oil come out. So it's, you can see it right there if I shake it. But hopefully that's normal. I don't know. But here's our stator and our cover. So get a good look at everything, make sure it all goes back together good. This should just take these 3 bolts, unbolt them, pop it off. Got your wire, of course. We'll replace. It's going to come with that, and it'll get replaced. We'll clean this up good where the seal went. we're gonna clean the outside of this thing up good too, because it's just dirty, and we'll put it all back together. All right, so we got our old stator here. Old piece there, new stator here, new piece here. I'm not thrilled about this one. It looks kind of rough. I am gonna go ahead and put it in there just because, but I'm gonna keep all this OEM stuff just in case. So this will just go essentially like this. We've got to line this up right here. Then this piece go back right there. And then the hard part's going to be lining all of this up with the gears and stuff going back in the four-wheeler. But I'm not going to be able to film putting that on the four-wheeler because I'm going to be fighting it, getting it all lined up. All right, everybody, I was having a time trying to get this cover back on, couldn't get it. And I noticed this shaft was wobbling around. So I came in here, let me see if I can zoom in on it for you. So that shaft actually pulled out. You see the gear on the back of it. It had pulled out of its groove, so it was floating around back there. Luckily, I didn't get it back on, or that'd have been catastrophic. So make sure you get that back in. And what I think I'm gonna do, let me come out from the back. All right, I've got my gear here and these gears. So I was fighting putting everything on, but I think what the move's gonna be, we're gonna match two-hand this, but let's get this gear, put it on its shaft. See, before this was kind of trying to float, you can see float down over here, it was moving around, and I was like, what in the world? So I'm putting it on. I'm gonna put the other dowel and gears on right there. That way I don't have them on the cover themselves. That's what I was trying to have to line up all those gears. So I'm gonna try that and then try to put the cover on. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we finally got everything lined up. I'm gonna tell y'all, that's a pain in the butt. I had all kinds of issues. I'll tell you what all of them are. So first things first, I dropped a dowel pin. Had to find it. When I was fishing around, I found a washer in the oil pan. So I got looking up, and it actually went on the gears right here. So thank goodness I found that. It must have, when I pulled everything apart, fell off and I didn't know it. Then you got to line up your neutral indicator switch, or it's called something like that, which is on this side. That was a pain in the butt. It's just basically a groove and a little pin, and it's just got to get in there just right. So that was a pain in the butt to line up. So now I'm going to take my bolt everything back up. Then I'm going to put this back in, and we're going to bolt it all up, and hopefully it's fixed. We will see. All right, wrench wrangler, I'm back. As you can see, it's back open. And I say I'm back because I've been fighting this thing, trying to figure out what's gone wrong. Got it all put back together. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna keep it real. And starter just clicks, won't turn over. I can pull start, it runs fine. I took it all back apart, looked at everything, tried to make sure everything was in line, because it is a pain putting it back on. It's trial and error. You're having to get the neutral or gear selector, or whatever that thing's called, lined up right. You got to get all these shafts in their spot. I looked up all kinds of stuff. I think I found my issue, and hopefully you already saw the part where I messed up and you're like, yeah, what an idiot. But so when I pulled mine off, everything fell out, or this fell out. I've got this gear with this washer on here, and so from what I've looked up, that washer does not go there. That washer actually goes on this gear right here. So if that's the case, I think that's my issue, is causing misalignment for for this gear. It's causing misalignment, and then also causing this gear to probably be able to move some. So hopefully, I'm about to put this thing back together. I'm gonna have to, I'll end up having to probably put the camera down to get this all lined up right, but get these gears meshed together. But I believe that's my issue. I think I screwed that up the first time around. Hopefully the next clip is cranking this bad boy over and being good to go. I will say, not gonna lie to y'all again, I tested my new stator after I got it all back on, and it was charging the exact same. So when I took it all back, I put my original factory stator back on, and I believe my voltage regulator is actually my issue, not my stator. So I did a whole lot of work for nothing. I bench tested my factory stator, and it tests within Honda specs. So I think I've just had a big screw up doing this whole job. But learn from my mistakes, not from your mistakes. So make sure to test all the easier things first. Look up how to bench test your stator. Basically, you ohm test it with a voltage meter from each pin, and I believe it was 0.5 to 1 ohm is Honda spec, and if all 3 pins are within that, you're good. I wish I would have done that on the front end. I didn't. So learn from my mistakes. Hopefully, next clip it's cranking up. We'll see. So I was just gonna go ahead and show y'all where this is at in case you gotta replace it. There's your voltage regulator, and that's the new one installed on the 4-wheeler. This is the old one. As you can see, I don't know if this is what's wrong with it, but it's all cracked and this has been wiggling around. So that's probably caused a short or something in there, bad connection. But that's all it ended up being. Did a lot of work for nothing. So check this first. All right, wrench wrangler, we're back. We got her all put together. As you can see, cranked up, got the multimeter out. So I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Let's see what happens. So idling, let me see if I can set this here so I can run both hands. I can't, all right. Idling, we're like I'm trying to hold it here by myself. We're a little over 13 at idle, which is what we were before. But the good thing is, see if it'll read. I can try to rev it up on camera. Well, my connector fell off. Hold up. There we go. It's hard to show one hand, but our volts are going up as it revs up, and they're staying within the tolerance they should be. So that's good. Beforehand, our problem was they didn't change. If it was running or not, no change. So 4-wheeler's all back together. It all should be good to go. This was a big job. It shouldn't have been as bad as it was, but I had a couple screw ups myself. So that's why I make these videos, to not only so I can look back on and see what I did or where things went, but also to help y'all along, because you know, you don't want to go out here and pay $1,200, $1,500 for somebody else to do this when you can do it yourself. So wrench wrangler out. Y'all enjoy. Leave any comments, like, subscribe. Come on.